This Canadian has some feelings about Donald Trump's proposal to absorb Canada and make it collectively one big state, being the 51st state. This Canadian says, I would gladly trade the overtaxed oppression we have forced upon us by our government. The Canada you speak of was wiped out by the first Trudeau. This young one just finished it off. I would gladly trade the overtaxed oppression we have forced on us. So you want to trade your overtaxed oppression in Canada for losing your health care, for starters? Because if you became the 51st state, you don't get universal health care. That goes out the window. You got to go get health insurance, boo-boo. And health insurance is fucking expensive. Fucking expensive. You want to know what it costs for a family of our size? My wife, myself, our 20-year-old daughter, and our 13-year-old son, $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month. And you still have out-of-pocket expenses. Every time you go to the doctor, you have to pay an out-of-pocket expense there. Every time you go see a specialist, you pay a little bit out of pocket. Going to our specialist is like $100 every time. And I have to look. We just got, there was a change in benefits at the start of the year. It was $50 every time you go see your general practitioner. I have 9 prescriptions that, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars it totals a month. You want to go take an ambulance ride somewhere? Poof. I live 14 minutes, if that, from the closest hospital. And when I had to take an ambulance ride there, that was $1,500. And then after you pay all of that money to have that health insurance, right? Now that's what we pay because we work for ourselves. If you're lucky enough to have employer sponsored health insurance, you're going to get that for a lot cheaper, but you're still going to pay, several $100s out of pocket every month just to have the insurance. And then if you need to go to the hospital and have something major, like I had to have my hip replaced, you're going to max out on your deductible. So we were paying at the time that my hip was done, we were paying, I think we figured it out to be like $600 a month for her employer-based health insurance. We had out-of-pocket expenses every time we saw a doctor, saw a specialist, had to take an ambulance ride, or bought our medication. There were co-pays on all of that. And then when I had my hip replaced, I had to meet a $7,900 deductible before the insurance picked up the rest of that. So you pay thousands of dollars to have the health insurance, and you still pay thousands of dollars for procedures. You want to trade your taxation for that? Because that's what you get when you become the 51st state. You want to trade your taxation for the number of school shootings we have here? Because you'd be part of that now. You understand that, right? Listen, there are a lot of things that I love about my country. And I have absolutely no plan to live anywhere other than the United States of America. But if the roles were reversed, if I were Canadian, the last thing in the world I would be looking to do is trade what Canada offers its citizens for what the United States offers its. You're going to go bankrupt down here just keeping yourself healthy. I think that any Canadian that agrees with Donald Trump's plan should spend 6 months living as an American in America, spending what we spend on our healthcare, living the way we live with our gun epidemic, having your rights stripped away from you, like happened here in the United States of America, especially for Canadian women. I would rethink what you're saying here, my friend.